Good morning, students. Welcome to today's online class. In AC circuits, the continuation very important concepts. The first continuation very important condition means the mean value of AC is there. Here mean value of AC in different conditions are there. What about mean value of AC in a full cycle of AC? What about mean value of AC in a half cycle is there? Under which condition mean value is always calculated is there? So for this purpose, first construct, assume it is alternating current with respect to time. With respect to time, the magnitude of current is changes. At starting time, the current is 0. At t1 seconds, the current is I1 is there. At t2 seconds, current is I2. t3 seconds, current is I3. t4 seconds, t5 seconds, t6 seconds, and so on. So in case of alternating current time to time, the strength of current is changes. We can't say it is the mean current. We can't say it is the mean current. We can't say it is the mean current. So that's why there is some necessity to calculate the mean value of AC. First, calculate what is the mean value of AC over complete cycle of AC. We know time taken by the AC to complete one full cycle as well as a time period. It is one full cycle combination of one positive half cycle and negative half cycle. A duration of full cycle is nothing but 0 to t. Duration of half cycle is positive half cycle means 0 to t by 2. Duration of negative half cycle is t by 2 to t is there. So first calculate what is the mean value of AC over full cycles. In full cycle, what about mean value of AC? In first half cycle, all currents are positive currents are there. All these are positive instantaneous currents. In negative half cycle, all currents are negative instantaneous currents are there. But amount of positive current and amount of negative current is always 0. So in case of full cycle, the sum of all instantaneous currents becomes 0. The sum of currents value is 0. In a full cycle, average current is also 0. So that's why mean current over a full cycle is always 0. Because first half cycle positive current, second half cycle negative currents are. The amount of positive and amount of negative currents are equal. A net current value is 0. Average current is also 0 over a full cycle is there. So that's why average current or mean current is always carried over a half cycle is there. For example, in positive half cycle, all currents are positive. The mean of positive values is always positive. So in case of half cycle, the mean value of current never becomes 0. Similarly, in case of negative half cycle, all currents are negative, all instantaneous currents are negative. The mean value of AC in a negative half cycle is also negative. So mean value of AC in half cycle never becomes 0. Either positive half cycle never becomes 0 or negative half cycle never becomes 0. So that's why there is some necessity, there is some compulsory. We have to calculate mean value of AC over half cycle only. In full cycle, mean value of AC is always 0. So in case of half cycle, what are the limits? In positive half cycle, limits means 0 to t by 2. In negative half cycle, limits means 0 to t by 2 to t. You can calculate any half cycle, either positive half cycle or negative half cycle, the mean value of AC remains the same. So that's why we have to calculate, now we have to tell what is the mean value of AC over half cycle. In full cycle, mean value of AC is 0. So mean value of AC always calculate over half cycle only. Now we have to calculate what is the mean value of AC over a positive half cycle or negative half cycle. Generally, what is the definition of mean is there? Sum of all values by number of values is there. Sum of all currents to the number of currents is there. It becomes mean value is there. Here, that is a general definition of mean value of AC is there. What is the original definition of mean value of AC? For example, it is one circuit. At the ends of circuit, one DC source is applied. In a half cycle, DC circuit allows some charges. In a half cycle, DC source allows some charges. Current is nothing but flow of charge. In given interval of time, some amount of charge is passing. To produce the same amount of charge, passing through same circuit, how much amount of AC required? So how much amount of AC required to produce the same amount of charge in the same interval of time? That amount of current is called as the mean value of AC. So it is the amount of AC required to produce the same amount of charge produced by DC source, constant source in a given time, in the same time. So that is about original definition of mean value of AC. Now we have to derive what is the mean value of AC over a half cycle. So symbol of mean value means I mean. Generally the mean means we know sum of all values by number of values. So mean value of AC can be defined as it is a ratio of sum of all instantaneous currents. Sum of all instantaneous currents over a half cycle to the number of instantaneous currents over a half cycle. So that is the general definition of mean, sum of all values by number of values over a half cycle, because mean value of AC is always carried over a half cycle, and that is equal to a ratio of sum of all instantaneous currents means sum means integral, limits 0 to t by 2. So integration of all instantaneous currents, integral of I into dt over a half cycle 0 to t by 2. By number of instantaneous currents, integral of dt, limits means 0 to t by 2. So sum of all currents, the number of currents over a half cycle. Simplify. So I mean is equal to. First denominator observe. Integral of dx means x. In integration formulas we know. Integral of dx means x. Integral of dy means y. Like that, integral of dt means t is that. So integral of dt means t. Limits 0 to t. Next, numerator integral 0 to t by 2. I means instantaneous current I naught sin omega t into dt. Simplify. Here I naught is constant outside by first simplify denominator. Apply the limits. First t place on upper limit. In place of small t, apply upper limit t by 2. In place of minus, in place of t, apply lower limit 0 into integral limits 0 to t by 2 sin omega t. Simplify. So I mean is equal to, numerator means I naught, denominator means t by 2 minus 0 means t by 2. By 2 is moving upside t. Into, in integration one formula we know, integration of sine means minus cos is there. Differentiation of sine means plus cos is there. But integral of sine means minus cos. So integration of sine means minus cos by a differentiation of omega t means omega. So that is about integral of sine omega t value minus cos omega t by omega. Now integration part is over. After integration limits comes right side. Lower limit is 0, upper limit is 2 by 2. So after integration, before integration, limits comes left side. After integration, limits becomes right side. Simplify, minus is outside, that is equal to minus 2 I naught by capital T. That omega is also outside, into cos omega means 2 pi by capital T into small t, limits 0 to t by t. So expression for mean value of AC, I mean is equal to minus 2 I naught by t into omega. Omega means 2 pi by capital T. Capital T cancel, 2 cancel. Into cos 2 pi by capital T. Cos 2 pi by capital T into small t. Apply the limits. First, in place of t, apply the upper limits. In place of small t, apply the upper limit means into t by 2. Minus cos 2 pi by capital T. In place of small t, apply the lower limits. Here 2 cancel, t cancel. So that is equal to minus I naught by pi into cos pi value minus 1 minus cos 0 value 1. So expression for mean value of AC. So expression for mean value of AC, minus I naught by pi into minus 1 minus 1 minus 1 minus 1 means minus 2. So minus into plus, minus into minus becomes plus. So expression for mean value of AC becomes 2 I naught by pi. It is the expression for mean value of AC. So finally, a mean value of AC is always carried over a half cycle. Our final expression, the mean value of AC over a half cycle is equal to 2 I naught by pi. 2 means constant, pi is also constant, 3.14 into I naught is there. I naught means peak value of current or maximum value of current. Out of different instantaneous current, one instantaneous current is maximum, that is called as a maximum value of EMF or peak value of EMF is there. Or that is equal to 2 by pi means 3.14 into I naught. So it becomes 0.637 into I naught. So I mean is equal to, so mean value of AC over half cycle. So 0.5 means 50%, 0.6 means 60%, 0.637 means 63.7% of peak value of AC. So the expression for mean value of AC means 2 I naught by pi. The same mean value of AC in terms of percentages, it becomes 63.7% of peak value of AC. So that is about mean value of AC or average value of AC. It is always calculated over a half cycle only. So that is about a derivation formulas. A definition means we know. General definition is sum of all currents to the number of currents over a half cycle. Another definition of a mean value of AC means it is the amount of AC required to produce the same amount of charge produced by steady current in the same interval of time. So that kind of current is called as mean value of AC over half cycle, 2 I naught by pi. Next, in AC circuits, the second type of current means RMS current. Mean current is always calculated over half cycle, but RMS current is always calculated over a full cycle. In full cycle, average current is also called as RMS current because roots of, means of, squares of currents. The square of positive current is positive, square of negative current is also positive. So that's why RMS current is always calculated over a full cycle. Full cycle means limits, nothing is 0 to capital. R stands for root, M stands for mean, S stands for squares. Roots of, means of, squares of all instantaneous currents over a full cycle that is called as RMS current. It is also called as average current over a full cycle. General average current over a full cycle is 0, but RMS current over a full cycle never becomes 0. So that is called as a RMS current. And what is the original definition of RMS current? First compare with the DC source. For example, it is one circuit. At the ends of circuit, one DC source is applied. Constant source is applied. Generally, we know when current is passing through DC source and current is passing to some resistance, some heat is produced. In case of iron box, when current is passing, heat is produced. In case of electrical heater, when current is passing, heat is produced. In case of electrical geyser, when current is passing, heat is produced. So in a full cycle, a DC source produces some amount of heat. So like that, at the ends of same circuit or at the ends of same resistor, an AC source is applied. An AC source is applied, it is also produced some heat is there. So it is the amount of AC required. It is the amount of AC required to produce the same amount of heat in the same interval of time. So in the same interval of time, AC source also produces the same amount of heat. For that purpose, amount of AC required. It is the amount of AC required to produce same amount of heat produced by same amount of heat produced by constant source or DC source in the same interval of time. That kind of current is called as a RMS current. But RMS current is always conducted over a full cycle, limits 0 to T. But at a time, unable to find RMS current. Generally, we know IRMS. RMS current means IRMS. IRMS means roots of square root of mean squares of current. So IRMS is equal to square root of mean squares of current. So first to find mean of squares of current. Next under square root it becomes IRMS. Now we have to calculate what about IMS, means of squares of current. So first to find the means of squares of current. Mean means we know sum of R values by number of values. So it is defined as it is a ratio of sum of squares of current. So sum of squares of R instantaneous currents over a full cycle. The number of instantaneous currents. So the number of instantaneous currents over a full cycle. So first to find mean of squares of current. So that is equal to the ratio of denominator means number of instantaneous currents means integral of dt over a full cycle 0 to t is. Numerator means sum of all instantaneous currents, sum of squares of all instantaneous currents. Sum means integral over a full cycle. Sum of squares of all instantaneous currents. Or that is equal to denominator integral of dx means x, integral of dt means t, limits 0 to capital. Numerator integral 0 to t. I means instantaneous current, we know I naught sin omega t whole square into dt. Simplify. So IMS is equal to first denominator. In place of small t, apply the upper limit first. In place of small t means upper limit means capital T. Minus in place of t applies lower limit to 0. Numerator integral 0 to t. Squaring means I naught square sin square omega t. This I naught square is outside. This I naught square is outside. Integral 0 to t. Sin square omega t. Sin square omega t. Or simplify. I naught square. Denominator t minus 0 means t. into integral 0 to capital T sin square omega t is there. Integral of sin means we know, integral of cos means we know, but integral of sin square, integral of sin cube, no formula is there. Convert square into normal values is there. Sin square theta can be written as 1 minus cos 2 theta by 2 is there. So sin square omega t can be written as 1 minus cos 2 omega t by 2 into dt. This 2 is outside. So IMS is equal to I naught square by 2t. This 2 is outside 2t. Into bracket. Separating 1 into dt. Integral of first integral means integral 1 into dt. Minus integral 0 to t cos 2 omega t dt. That is equal to I naught square by, so I naught square by 2t into integration of first integral of dt means t, limits 0 to capital T, minus, just to discuss, integral of sin means minus cos, integral of cos means plus sign is there. So integral of cos means plus sin 2 omega t. By differentiation of 2 omega t means 2 omega t over limits 0 to capital T. Simplify, IMS is equals, so I naught square by 2t into, apply the limits. In place of small t, first apply upper limit capital T, t minus 0, minus this 2 omega is outside 1 by 2 omega into sin 2 into omega means 2 pi by capital T into small t, limits 0 to capital T. That is equal to, simplified, we are getting first, we are getting IMS values. So IMS is equal to outside I naught square by 2t, I naught square by 2t into bracket t minus 0 means t is there, minus 1 by 2 omega into cos 2 into 2 pi means 4 pi, 4 pi by capital T into small t. Apply the limits. In place of small t, apply the upper limit capital T, minus cos 4 pi by capital T. In place of small t, apply the lower limit 0. So IMS is equal to I naught square by 2t into t minus 1 by 2 omega dt cancel. Cos of any number of pi is always 0. Minus cos of any number of pi, cos of even number of pi, cos of even number of pi is 1 is there. Cos 0 value is 1, cos 2 pi value is 1, cos 4 pi value is 1, cos 6 pi value is 1 is there. Minus cos 0 value is 1 is there. 1 minus 1 is 0 is there. So all second term becomes 0. So expression for IMS, that is equal to I naught square by 2t into t minus 0 means t is there. This t cancel. So expression for mean IMS, mean of squares of currents over a full cycle, it becomes I naught square by 2. It is expression for IMS. But we have to find expression for IRMS. You know, expression for IRMS means roots of mean of squares of current. Square root of mean of squares of current means I naught square by 2. So IRMS is equal to square root of I naught square means I naught by root 2. So expression for IRMS is nothing but I naught by root 2. Root 2 means 1.414. I naught by root 2 means 1.414. 1 by 1.414 means 0.707 of I naught. Or expression for IRMS is equal to 0.7 means 70%. 0.6 means 60%. 0.707 means 70.7% of I naught. So IRMS value becomes 70.7% of peak values. So that is about expression for RMS current. Generally mean current is always calculated over a half cycle, but RMS current is always calculated over a full cycle. Next, small continuation relation. It is the relation between mean value of AC and average RMS value of AC. We know both expressions. I mean is equal to mean value of AC over half cycle is nothing but 2 I naught by pi. It is a mean value of AC over half cycle. Next, RMS value of AC over a full cycle is nothing but I naught by root. So expression for mean current value and expression for RMS current value. Now find the ratio of RMS current to mean current. RMS current means I naught by root 2. By I mean current, I mean means 2 I naught by pi. 2 I naught by pi. I naught cancel. So ratio of RMS current to mean current is nothing but pi by 2. It is the ratio of RMS current to mean current is nothing but pi by 2. Or IRMS is equal to cross multiply pi by 2 into I means. By knowing mean value, we can calculate RMS values. Or by knowing RMS value, we can find mean values. So that is about a relation between mean value of AC and the RMS value of AC. And what is the importance of RMS currents? Importance of RMS means RMS is also called as apparent value. That means readings of ammeter, voltmeter, and galvanometer, all meter values are always RMS values. For example, one ammeter shows current is 2 amperes. That appearing value is always RMS. So readings of ammeter is always RMS values. Readings of voltmeter is nothing but ERMS. Is nothing but 5 volts. So readings of ammeter and readings of voltmeter always gives RMS value. In problems they give voltmeter reads 5 volts. That means ERMS is the 5 volts. Ammeter reads 2 amperes current. That means IRMS is there. Total readings of ammeter and readings of voltmeter always gives RMS values. So that is about 2 types of currents: RMS currents, mean value of AC over half cycle, RMS value of AC over full cycle, and relation between these 2 currents. So that is about end of today's concept. Thank you, and